fa freddo e già notte, rilassati, hai preso le botte che meriti, i fiori che hai colto son sterili, amali quei giorni che i conti non tornano, negli occhi tuoi gli anni che passano, sai che le parole non servono, no. Schiavo, non credi che il tempo sia lento per te? Copiando imparato la vita e poi studiando hai capito chi cazzo sei. La gente ti giudica in base a ciò che spenderai. È tardi ormai per te. Il tempo sia lento per te. Il credere è il tuo limite. scende la pioggia con la forza che vuoi. Tu hai provato a fumare, a bere, a sperare, sì, ma la pioggia scende sempre più giù, giù, giù. Non servirà più a niente quell'agrodolce che è in te. Se si cresce qua giù, se cambia forma poi non ti piace più, e continui a studiare un piano per ripartire, sì, ma la pioggia scende sempre più giù, giù, giù. Non servirà più a niente quell'agrodolce che è in te.
Hey everybody, welcome to Daily Grind with Tim. I'm actually in studio right now at Kennedy Studios, and we're going to bring to you a new format. We're starting the new year off right, trying to get everybody tuned into us 24 hours a day, whether it be music, traffic, weather, news. We're still going to have Talk Shit Radio. That's going to be different times, though. If anyone hasn't seen our posts on Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/Talk Shit Radio, and we'll be starting at 8 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. A little later for you people who are waking up a little later, getting ready for work. You know, you want to put on the old Spreaker account, Talk Shit Radio. Take a look at us, listen while you get ready for work, see what's going on in the headlines, so you don't have to watch TV. You can listen to us, and basically that'll be the information for your morning. It's currently 75 degrees in Spring Hill right now at the studio. 94% humidity. I don't see any rain coming, but it's muggy out there. You'll break a sweat, of course. 75 degrees. I'm not used to this weather. This weather I'd probably feel in September up north, up in New York, but December or January actually. January at 75 degrees. I'm loving it. Not a cloud. Clouds are rolling, but no rain coming. The traffic camera looks actually pretty good. No congestion anywhere. Only on 19 in Newport Richey going southbound. You get a little slow around Marine Parkway. Shamrock Drive and Trouble Creek Road. But everywhere else looks green to go, and you know what that is. That's basically the kids out of school. No buses on the highway on any of the roads, so they're not stopping traffic in any way. I'm over here on Bay News 9, and I can't believe what kind of sick motherfuckers are out there. Excuse my French, but in Oldsmar, there was a woman found dead on New Year's Eve, decapitated by her son with an axe. I don't know what this world is coming to when the sons are killing their mothers with an axe, nonetheless. I mean, killing your mother is wrong, but to chop off her head, that's sickening. I would never want to lose my mother. I mean, I've lost my mother. I wouldn't want to lose my mother if I had her, and people don't realize what they have. So she was found dead Wednesday night. And the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department said that she was attacked by her son after becoming upset when she asked him to put away some boxes. I guess they got into an argument, and he didn't want to put away his shit. Easy request. There's no reason to come to killing, to murder. But it seems like he had a history of mental illness, so there's something not right up in his head for him to decapitate his mother. It's just sickening. I couldn't fathom anyone doing that. I was looking in Tampa and Sarasota. It seems like there was a man in Tampa who was charged with trafficking women under 18, which is minors at that point. For sexual acts. He was arrested for being involved of procuring a person under the age of 18 for prostitution. Charges involved a 16-year-old girl who was also from Tampa. According to Sarasota Police, Hillsborough County Police learned that Maurice Williams is using Backpage.com to advertise the teenage girl for prostitution. Officers said that there was an execution for a search warrant in the Best Western of Sarasota. The evidence found him trafficking humans. They took the girl who had been a runaway into protective custody. She was met by counselors from Sarah Freedom in Sarasota Police Department. I can't stand when I see this kind of shit. I mean, you people out there who think that this is not happening and it can't happen to any of you. I've watched this movie and it's called Trade. I don't know if anyone... You have to have a good stomach to watch this, but this movie, Trade, is all about the underworld of kidnapping young kids, say 13, 14, 15, young teenagers, and transporting them to a different country, whether it's out of state or out of country, bringing them to these different locations and getting them addicted to drugs and using them as prostitutes for financial gain. And I can't fathom what would that be like if I was a parent and this was happening to my child. And in this movie Trade, you have to watch it because it involves a police officer. If you ever seen the movie Taken, it's kind of the same thing. He goes after his daughter and tries to buy her back, but a lot of conflict happens. So take a look at it. You'll be surprised at what you see, and everything that you don't think is out there, it's out there. I'm looking at a crash that happened last night of a woman and her husband who was critically injured when their van crossed in the path of oncoming traffic on Wednesday evening. I think Yvonne brought this up a little earlier, and I brought it up because it's sad. They're going into oncoming traffic, and I don't know whether they were drunk. It doesn't report that they were drunk or not, but two vehicles collided, which was a Ford Focus and their Caravan. They're in critical condition right now. The woman is dead, but the husband he's critically injured, and he's probably still in ICU trying to get surgeries for this situation. I'm looking at traffic right now, and northbound on 19, just where the Pasco Hernando line is, seems like it's getting a little congested over there. I see some yellow. It's going slow, about 45 miles an hour, 39 miles an hour on Ranch Road and Sandra Drive, Johnson Road. It's still clear, but you're going to end up slowing down for traffic because no accidents reported, but it's just slow out there. Let's see what else we got in Clystone. Oh, I don't want to go there. Oh, jeez. No one injured. Let's take a look at this. Lakeland officers fired shots at a suspect and no one was injured. Let's see what's going on in Lakeland. A Lakeland police officer fired one shot at an unarmed man early Thursday. Nobody was injured and the suspect has been taken into custody. Around 6 a.m., officers responded to a home on the 600 block of West 9th after a woman told police dispatcher he's got a gun. As the officers arrived, the man exited the house through the rear. Gunfire was exchanged, and the officer fired one round at the man. Authorities say it was the third officer involved shooting in 2 weeks. I don't really know the area, but Lakeland sounds like a bad area to be in at night with all these cops shooting at people. They're doing their job. If they see a gun, they have to make sure that their lives are not in danger, and they got to do what they got to do. Law enforcement officers are undoubtedly on edge just locally, and Tarpon Springs police officer was shot and killed by a wanted felon. See, that's the reason why they're so trigger happy, is because you got cops dying left and right for no reason. They're upholding the law. They're trying to make the streets safe for our family and our friends. But these riffraffs out there, if you want to call them riffraffs, yeah, I have a better name for them, but I really don't like to get into it. They're just causing havoc. I mean, it's not as bad as what's going on in protests in L.A., in Ferguson, and New York, but out here it's just common low crime criminals, basically. They're in there just trying to steal a TV or trying to steal jewelry. It's not worth it. I mean, even to pull a gun on a police officer, you're waiting to get shot. That's basically, it's suicide by officer. There's no reason to pull a gun out on an officer, but whatever floats your boat. It doesn't seem like anyone was injured in this, and the guy was taken into custody. So, I'm looking at Polk County over here, and it seems like rabies were confirmed in Polk County, 5 cases of it. So, I mean, if you have animals, whether it be a dog or a cat, I mean, outside cats, I wouldn't make them indoor cats because you don't know what the hell kind of diseases they're carrying. But if you let your dog out and run around and leave him out all day when you're at work, and you know those animals running around. I hear there's a coyote around here. I've yet to see him, but those coyotes, they could be carrying rabies. Last week, it seems like in Polk County, a raccoon attacked a 4-month-old puppy on 80-foot road in Bartow, and the owner shot and killed the raccoon. Animal control officers sent the raccoon's body to state laboratory testing. For the results indicated that it was possibly for rabies, and it was for rabies. That's what it says. The puppy has not been vaccinated against rabies, so the owner had to turn the dog into animal control to monitor. I mean, if you have an animal that's outside and it's out there all day, anything can happen. I mean, raccoons, they're nocturnal animals, so if they're running around in the daytime, you know that there's going to be something wrong with them. They're either scouting for food or they're rabid. They don't have to have the obvious signs of rabies, like foaming at the mouth or anything like that. But when you have a dog and they're outside and they get bit by that raccoon, you could say, bye-bye, doggy. Because they're going to have to take that dog and euthanize it. It's sad to say, but that's the only cure if you don't have a rabies vaccination on your animals. That's the main reason why they have rabies vaccinations. When you go and adopt a puppy, they ask you if you want it vaccinated, and you do want it vaccinated. I mean, most places, if you want to bring out your dog and get them either groomed or haircut, nails done, flea dipped, most places want a vaccination report because they don't want their dogs coming in there and not knowing what they have and biting another customer's dog, and that's bye-bye doggy right there. So it would be an epidemic on their hands at that point. And not just raccoons have rabies, but I mean the bats that are around here, the little tiny bats you see flying around, and foxes, and like the coyote, like I had said. I'd like to see this coyote because I'd make sure that it wouldn't be around anymore. I'll tell you that. There was a janitor, actually, in critical condition after shots exchanged with a pastor at a church in Central Florida. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I don't know how to pronounce this name at all. But it seems like deputies say that the man shot at a church in Central Florida had fired shots at a pastor who returned fire with his own weapon, hitting the man. According to deputies, Paragon pulled out his handgun and fired multiple shots at Pastor Terry Howell, who took out his own weapon and fired back, striking Paragon. I can't even pronounce his name. Howell was not injured, but the first shooter was taken to Regional Medical Center in critical condition. Deputies said that several church employees witnessed the incident and gave similar statements. That's what's the reasoning to shoot up a church? I don't know if he was an activist or in any other belief. Because of him being a pastor or anything like that. But I'm glad that pastor is all right and he's not hurt and he's not harmed. Lakeland police charge parent with death of infant. Let's take a look at that. The parents of the infant that died during a family trip to Lakeland had been charged with first-degree murder. According to Lakeland Police Department, the parents, 23-year-old Ruby Angeline Stevens and 48-year-old Roy Allen Stevens, have been taken into custody. The medical examiner findings revealed that the infant, 22-day-year-old Betsy Key Stevens, died of malnutrition, I said, as a result of starvation. She weighed more than 2 pounds She weighed more than 2 pounds less than when she was born. The pictures are absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible, guys. It really is. Lakeland Assistant Police Chief Mike Link reports. I would not want to show them to you. I would not want to show them to the public, which is understandable. These people, this 23-year-old, she had an infant. It was 22 days old. And I guess she either didn't have money or starved the baby to death. And there's welfare stamps out there that you can go buy food for your fucking kid. There is no reason to neglect your child of food in any way, shape, or form. It's a baby. It can't fend for itself. That's why you're the mother. That's why you're responsible. Your responsibility is to care for that child. That's one of the responsibilities that you have when you become pregnant. If you're responsible to have sex, then you're responsible to have a child, not just to kill it. According to police, the couple from Tennyson, Indiana, was visiting Lakeland December 23rd went to a Golden Corral on US 98 North. While at the restaurant, the couple called authorities after they said they noticed their daughter had unusually cold feet and unresponsive in her car seat. I wouldn't be surprised if they went to Golden Corral and stuffed their fat fucking faces while the child sat in a friggin' burning hot car. I mean, she died while she was in the car because that's where the cops reported. They reported to the Golden Corral on US 98. And basically got the police report from there. The Lakeland Fire Department and Polk County Fire Rescue responded to, and the baby was transported to the Lakeland Regional Medical Center. The infant was later pronounced dead at the hospital. A waitress who works at the Golden Corral actually works across the street from the couple's home. Works across the street from the couple's home in Indiana, didn't notice problems. Okay, so she wasn't the waitress at the Golden Corral. She was a waitress who worked near where these two lived in Indiana. They didn't notice anything wrong. Well, that's not surprising because you could be a happy-go-lucky family behind closed doors. You're a totally different person. No, I don't think... I didn't think anything was odd. It seemed really They seemed really friendly. I don't remember seeing them arguing or anything. Well, that's why we have houses. I know people who have fought and got loud, and they were the nicest people in the world, but you wouldn't believe who they are in a different lighting. Police said that Roy Stevens was not the biological father, and he didn't pay attention to the baby at all. That caused friction in the couple's marriage. Well, I'd be upset that it wasn't my biological kid, but I wouldn't take it to the extent of not feeding it and not giving it water and just letting it wither away and die. That's despicable, to say the least. These people were here vacationing and didn't feed their child. I mean, what does a child come out when they're first born? What do they come out? 10 pounds maybe? And this report says that it was 2 pounds less than when the baby was born, and that was only 22 days ago. These people should be hung, shot, stabbed, and burned. And that's basically what these two are going to get because they're doing life. I can tell you that. They're not getting off really easy. They're doing life. Either that. I don't know if Florida State has a death penalty, but they should. They should. Fort Meade man wanted in Bartow shooting. Wherever Fort Meade is. Let's see. 18-year-old. An arrest warrant has been issued for an 18-year-old Sidney Trey Smith in the shooting of Saturday night and left a woman in critical condition in Bartow. Smith of Fort Meade faces charges of second-degree murder and aggravated assault with a firearm, detectives say. According to the police, Smith argued that with Hondell Lewis, 28-year-old, and her boyfriend, Jason Taylor, and then shot the woman in the abdomen a couple of times with a small caliber gun. The incident happened around 8 p.m. in the 800 block of Boulevard Street. Lewis is being treated at Lakeland Regional Medical Center and is stable. It seems like Lakeland Medical Regional Center is getting a lot of customers over there. That's a pretty bad part. I was just saying that Lakeland, I don't really know Lakeland area. I can't compare it to anything on Long Island, but it seems like that's a really bad area to be at night, and I wouldn't want to be around it anyway. All those crackers out there. I mean, I'm white, but there's a difference between white and crackers. I'll tell you that. I'm not what I'm not what they are at all. There's a difference. Let's see what's going on in Hernando County. Brooksville, Yvonne already read that. Spreading holiday. Oh, a little relief from the bad news in the news on Bay News 9. I'm sorry. It says in Brooksville, some holiday cheer hit the road, creating a lot of smiles in Hernando and Pasco counties Thursday. In a small army of thoughtful people made Christmas come true for a lot of families. Well, that's really nice. Things were busy early in Hernando County church parking lot on Christmas morning. Lots of loading up a wide variety of goodies for an important mission. Around 100 people from different Bay Area churches packed 28 cars with toys, food, clothing, and much more, and hit the road. Church member Nancy Poe said she wouldn't have missed it for the world. We have an opportunity to share love with folks that are having a hard time, she says. 4-car caravans spreading out around Pasco and Hernando, passing out all of the gifts to 200 families in need. For each family, it was a total and complete surprise. One of these people who received gifts from these people said, "I really appreciate it." She was shocked. She said thank you, which I would say also. I mean, people in need nowadays, times are tough. Even though that unemployment is down, and people are getting jobs and finding steady work, people are still out there. They're still suffering. It's a shame. I mean, I wish there was more that anyone could do, but you only could do so much, right? But that really warms my heart, actually. People helping people on Christmas when they're in need. They're in need. Back to a Christmas Eve Hernando crash. One person died. One person was killed and another was injured on Christmas Eve in a one-car crash in Hernando County. According to Florida Patrol, 38-year-old Merritt Clinton of Clearwater died in the crash, which happened just before 6 p.m. on the northbound intersection of 75 and mile marker 296. Troopers say that Kimberly, the driver, lost control of her Saturn Vue, which traveled off the road and crashed into a tree. The driver, 27-year-old, sustained minor injuries and was transported to Bayfront Brooksville Hospital. Merritt Clinton died at the scene. Well, it didn't seem like there was any drinking involved or anything like that. It seems like it was a legitimate car crash, not inflicted by impairment in any way. But I I feel bad for the driver because she's going to be living with that for the rest of her life, and it's sad. It's sad because it was her husband. And she got into a car accident. She got only minor cuts and bruises, and her husband died. That's a shame. That's not a Christmas that you want to be attending. With people driving and accidents happen. That's basically the bottom line to it. I'm going to go over to Pasco County and see what's going on in the local news over there. Oh, look at this. I was reading this a little earlier, and I don't understand why, but this young kid, let's find out. Jeremiah Philip Patterson is facing charges after a bizarre incident. A 22-year-old man is facing I'm sorry. Facing I'm sorry, I can't believe this. This kid, he's facing charges for being naked in a CVS and laying on clothes and dog beds. Deputies say that he left the bathroom naked and proceeded to rummage through 6 dog beds. I'm sorry. Deputies say he grabbed 3 and laid on top of them on the bathroom floor naked. He's being charged with indecent exposure and retail petty theft. The store could no longer sell the dog beds. Well, of course, I wouldn't want any young kid's balls all over a bed that I'm about to give my dog. Even though I don't know if this kid was clean or not. I mean, it's giving it to a dog, but still, I wouldn't give it to my dog. And I guess that was part of disposing of the dog beds because they couldn't be used after that. Authorities recover vehicle in a fatal hit and run. Let's see. The car that authorities say struck and killed 80-year-old woman in Pasco County, hit and run, has been located. Virginia L. Hughes of Palm Harbor was struck by a BMW sedan while crossing Mogg Road in Holiday just before 6:30 p.m. On Tuesday. Hughes was rushed to Morton Plant North Bay Hospital in Newport Richey. She later died. Relatives say that Hughes had gone and picked up her medicine, and on the way back, she was struck by this BMW. According to Florida Highway Patrol, witnesses were able to get the license plate of the BMW, which led authorities to a Tampa address. Authorities later recovered the BMW at the residence. That was pretty stupid of them. You knew you were going to get caught because they got your license plate. You're going to go run back home and get arrested either there. It doesn't say who was arrested, how old he was, or what had happened, but he'll probably be charged with vehicular manslaughter. The car is being held as evidence, and no further information is being released pending the conclusion of the investigation. That guy made the wrong decision to go back to Tampa to his house after the license plate was jotted down by a good Samaritan, whether it was a traffic cam or someone just witnessed it and wrote down those digits. But it sucks for him, and he deserves it because if you're not driving or impaired or on medication, even if it's your own medication that you were prescribed, you could be charged with DUI. But if you accidentally hit someone and you're not impaired, it's better for you to stay there. Sit there and call the cops and say, listen, I just got into an accident and this person I need an ambulance for. You would face a hell of a lot less charges for doing that than running. It doesn't say anything about the person who did the hit and run. I mean, he could have been unlicensed, he could have been uninsured, but he's driving around a BMW, whether it was mommy and daddy's car or his own car, whether it was a minor without a license on a learner's permit. you don't run from a friggin' accident. Even if it was a little fender bender, you get out and you call the proper authorities to make a police report out. If you don't, you're getting hit and run charges filed against you, and that's basically the conclusion of it. Is don't get into an accident and run because you're stupid for doing it. I've been in a lot of accidents before. I've had them all recorded, actually. I've lost a lot of cars in the last 10 years of me driving, and you don't leave an accident scene. You stay there. I was at a traffic light one time, and this guy, he was in an Econoline van, and I had a car at the time. I had a Hyundai XG350, and I was sitting at a traffic light, and this guy, he backs up into me, and the light was still red. The guy pulls off, so I get his license plate number, and I continue to follow him. And as I'm following him, my car is starting to die because what had happened when he backed up into me, the vacuum hose to the intake, the air intake, had dislodged. So it wasn't really getting this vacuum suction it needed, so I can only go 20, 30 miles an hour. So I continue to call the police department and say I just got hit, and this guy, he's trying to run. And after a couple of miles, I'd say 2 miles, he pulled over, and I was still on the phone with the police officer, with the dispatch, the operator on the line, and told her where we had stopped. I didn't think my car was going to go any further. After that, I turned it off, and I didn't want to tow home because I didn't really need a tow home, but I putted my way home with that car, and they discovered it. They declared it totaled, and it wasn't my fault at all. The guy, literally, he backed up into me at a traffic light. There's no reason for anybody reversing when you're at a traffic light. And in a Econoline van, I could understand. I was probably a little close to him, I'd say, at a traffic light, and he didn't see my car behind him, but shit happens, really. That's where the bumper stickers come into play. The shit happens. Dade City. Bullets were fired at 2 Pasco County Sheriff deputies who were on a routine patrol early Sunday, adding to an already nerve-wracking time right now for law enforcement. I can understand law enforcement is getting a little tight with discharging their firearms because there's a lot of cop killings going on, and I've never seen this many in my entire life. I was born in mid-'80s, so I've only started to notice the news probably in the last 15 years. When you're younger, who cares? You're trying to get through high school. You're trying to go to school and get the hell out. Basically, that was my goal: is getting the hell out of high school. I'm glad I graduated because I had a rough time in there for a while. But recently, these cops and these sheriffs, the sheriffs down here up in New York, they're police officers. They're fearing for their lives. They don't know what the hell to expect. But I believe that that's the job that they had taken. They know what the risks are involved with getting into the police force and going out and patrolling, walking the beat, whether it be in the field or undercover. They know what they're getting into. Around 3:30 a.m., the deputies were sitting outside of their patrol car in the parking lot of the Northside Baptist Church on Locke Street, monitoring the intersection of 21st and Locke Street. 3 bullets were fired at them, authorities say. No one was hit or injured, but the incident has Pasco Sheriff Nick Naco beyond upset. Upset? I'd be a little more than upset. I'd be either fearing for my life if someone put a number on my head or not, but I'd be a little bit more upset. I'd be going crazy. I think I'd take a leave of absence and transfer to another precinct somewhere or another county somewhere. Our deputies deserve to be safe. This is reported by a family member. Our family members deserve to have their loved ones come home at the end of every shift. Well, yes, they should be able to come home every day to their families after their shift is over. But it's like the old wise man said earlier. He had posted when we were on Talk Shit Radio that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and that goes with anybody. I mean, not just cops, but that goes for anybody. You could wake up. You couldn't wake up tomorrow. I mean, that's basically what I'm saying. You better live your life to the fullest when you can, because God forbid tomorrow doesn't come, and that could quite possibly be what happens. But these police officers, they're out there risking their lives, and they're getting bullets whizzing past them. Near-death incidents. Either they get shot or like the two up in Brooklyn. Two officers, they get killed just for sitting in their car, and it wasn't because they did anything wrong. It was because there was a crazed maniac out there, and he decided he wanted to take some cops' lives, and that's what he went out and did. And he had the decency after to shoot himself, which if he went to jail, he probably would have been one of the the laundry maids over there, we'll say, or the shower laundry person. I really don't want to get into the semantics, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. Area residents also heard 3 gunshots and reported seeing a small, dark, covered vehicle with tinted windows in the area of the shooting. There is something else that has deputies on high alert. They're looking for the person who spray painted a message on the road barrier in Wesley Chapel. It's hard to read it, but it says, "Shoot MP cops," which MP, I don't know what they're talking about, but when I see MP, I think of military police, but is that it? Oh, I know. I was just going through. You got the boss in here. He's a maintenance man. He's telling me what to do. He's sitting there telling me, you can play music, right? You don't have to keep on going with the talking. But you know what? He's right. I'm gonna play a little music right now, and I'm gonna step out real quick because I have to use the men's room. And we'll talk about this shooting a little later, possibly tomorrow, because there's no updates right now regarding it. But I'm gonna throw a little music up, see how you guys like the country that I was playing a little earlier. I'll throw that on right now. So you listen to the Daily Grind. This is Tim, and no one is with me right now because it's just me in the studio, and I just like to ramble when I talk. So you're listening to Daily Grind on your way home. So tune in. I'll be right back.
You're going out with someone new. I'm going out with someone too. I won't feel sorry for me. I'm getting drunk, but I'd much rather be somewhere with you, laughing loud on the corner where I knew, driving around Saturday night. You made fun of me, singing my song out of a hotel room just to turn you on. Said pick me up at 3 a.m. You're fighting with your mom again, and I go somewhere with you. Yeah, I won't sit outside your house, wait for the lights to go out, call up an ex to rescue me, climb in their bed when I'd much rather sleep Somewhere with you like we did on the beach last summer when the rain came down and we took cover down in your car out by the pier. Laid me down, whispered in my ear, I hate my life, hold on to me. Oh, if you ever decide to leave, then I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. I can't go out every night of the week, can't go home with anybody I meet, but it's just a temporary high. Cause when I close my eyes, I'm somewhere with you, somewhere with you. If you see me out on the town and it looks like I'm burning it down, you won't ask and I won't say, but in my heart I'm always somewhere with you, laughing loud on the carnival ride, driving around Saturday night and made fun of me, singing my song out of hotel room just to turn you on, said pick me up at 3 a.m. You're fighting with your mom again, and I go, I go, I go. I can't go out every night of the week, can't go home with anybody I meet, but it's just a temporary high. Cause when I close my eyes, I'm somewhere with you, somewhere with you, somewhere with you. she's got me twisted like an old beach roller coaster. The rest of those days turned into long crazy nights. When the music got loud, we'd sneak away from the crowd under the boardwalk lights. And with all the things we said, what I just can't get past is the way we let it in. Now I'm wondering where she is, knowing I can't get that goodbye back. We spent that week wide open, upside down beside the ocean. I didn't know where it was going, just trying to keep my heart on the tracks. I should have known that kind of feeling would last longer than that week did. Blown away and barely breathing when Sunday came and it was over. Now she's got me twisted like an old beach roller coaster. She's like a song playing over and over in my mind where I still hold her. I had the chance and I should have told her. When we spent that week wide open, upside down beside the ocean, I should have known where it was going. Still trying to keep my heart on the tracks. And I should have known that kind of feeling would last longer than that week did. Blown away and barely breathing when Sunday came and it was over. Now she's got me twisted. Yeah, I'm still twisted like that old beach roller coaster. Like that old beach roller coaster. Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. String band, my baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, no country winters keep a getting me down. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't a turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama,
to the south out of Roanoke. I caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long talk. But he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way I wanna feel. Hey, mama, rock me, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, yeah, mama, you can rock me, rock me. Girl, I've been thinking about us, and you know I ain't good at this stuff. But these feelings piling up won't give me no rest. This might come out a little crazy, a little sideways, yeah, maybe. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'll do my best. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You be my sunny day, I'll be your shade tree. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Yeah, that came out a little country, but every word was right on the money. And I got you smiling, honey, right back at me. Now hold on, 'cause I ain't done. There's more where that came from. Well, you know I'm just having fun, but seriously. You'll be my Louisiana, I'll be your Mississippi. You be my little Loretta, I'll be your Conway Twitty. You be my sugar baby, I'll be your sweet iced tea. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Your kiss just said it all. I'm glad we had this talk. Nothing left to do but fall in each other's arms. I could have said I love you, could have wrote you a line or two. Baby, all I know to do is speak right from the heart. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You be my sunny day, I'll be your shade tree. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. You be my Louisiana, I'll be your
TV off to turn it on again, staring at the blades of the fan as it spins around. Counting every crack, the clock is wide awake, talking to myself, anything to make a sound. I told you I wouldn't call, I told you I wouldn't care, but baby, climbing the walls gets me nowhere. I don't think that I can take this bed getting any colder. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. You can say I'm done the way you always do. It's easier to lie to me than to yourself. Forget about your friends, you know they're gonna say we're bad for each other, but we ain't good for anyone else. I told you I wouldn't call, I told you I wouldn't care, but baby, climbing the walls gets me nowhere. I don't think that I can take this bed getting any colder. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. We don't have to miss each other. Come over. We don't have to fix each other. Come over. We don't have to say forever. Come over. You don't have to stay forever. Come over. I told you I wouldn't call, I told you I wouldn't care, but baby, climbing the walls gets me nowhere. I don't think that I can take this bed getting any colder. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over.
Cottonwood falling like snow in July. Sunset Riverside, four-wheel drives in a tail light. Circle, roll down the windows, turn it on up. Pour a little Crown in a Dixie cup, get the party started. Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go, You're looking so good in what's left of those blue jeans. Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Hey, I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. If you ain't a 10, you're a Every little kiss is driving me wild, throwing little cherry bombs into my fire. Good God almighty, girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom, dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go, You're looking so good in what's left of those blue jeans. Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Hey, I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. Let's slip on out where it's a little bit darker, and when it gets a little bit hotter, we'll take it off on out in the water. Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom, dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go, You're looking so good in what's left of those blue jeans. Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Hey, I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. Yeah, I'm a little drunk on you.
I ride east every other Friday, but if I had it my way, a day would not be wasted on this drive. And I want so bad to hold you, son, there's things I haven't told you. Your mom and me couldn't get along, so I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside. Every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line, and I count the days and the miles back home to you on that highway 20 ride. Day might come, you'll realize that if you see through my eyes, there was no other way to work it out. And a part of you might hate me, but son, please don't mistake me for the man that didn't care at all. And I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside. Every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line, and I count the days and the miles back home to you on that highway 20 ride. When you drive and the years go flying by, I hope you smile if I ever cross your mind. It was a pleasure of my life, and I cherished every time And my whole world, it begins and ends with you on that highway 20 ride. Oh, 20 ride. Oh, 20 ride. Oh, highway 20 ride. And I
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Listening to the Daily Grind with Tim. I'm just in studio right now. I'm looking at the traffic report right now on US 19. Seems like you have a little congestion going on with the northbound lane on New Jersey Avenue, Maryland Avenue, Cragg Drive, Joliet Street. Slow down over there, about 35 miles an hour. The weather is looking really good right now, actually. It cooled off a little bit, but the humidity raised. I don't see any rain in the forecast, but right now it's 72 degrees out, 98% humidity. And I don't see it raining anytime soon. I mean, the humidity, yes, is up, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, it could be downpour 1 second. You don't know. I'm looking on Clystron 9. It doesn't seem like there's any rain reported going on, but that's basically what the weather report is. I was sitting here reading this article about commercial fishermen in Manatee County. They are being blamed for thousands of dead fish that washed up ashore on Anna Maria Island on Christmas morning. The local fisherman says he is not convinced that this is the cause, that they did it or not. He says, but the local fisherman says he is not convinced that is what happened. I don't understand what he means by that, but I don't think it's fishermen. It seems like Mullet Row is in full swing. Their season is open. Mullet Row is actually a fish. It's a Mediterranean delicacy. The females, they use their eggs to cook with, and the males, their meat, is a little less per pound than the female fish. But at Cortez Bait and Seafood, fishermen bring about 45,000 pounds of mullet, mostly females. But they'd gladly take both of them, just to cook them up. But the males is what they really, the females are the ones that they really want for their eggs. I mean, that's caviar right there, and it's probably really good caviar. I've never had it personally, but however, at this time, females are worth more money, of course, because of their eggs. The male mullet, right now is 10 cents a pound, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you have 45,000 pounds of it, you do the math. Thousands of male mullet washed up along a beach. Their bodies were decaying as visitors walked in between of their dead carcasses. Now, I wouldn't be at that beach. I'd have to wonder what's in the water to make these fish die. But it's funny. A fisherman, he says that it's not caused by the local commercial fishermen, but only this one species is washed up on shore, which makes me believe that it could quite possibly be the fishermen. They got their catch, they put in their old live well, maybe a pump that pumps in and out of water, to give the fish the capability to breathe. Died in their live well, and they just drained it out into the ocean. Most of them float, to the shore and wash up on shore, which is basically what my theory is on it. But They had a west wind of 9 miles, and 9 miles. We had a west wind, and 9 miles of Anna Maria beaches were littered with literally thousands of tons of dead fish, primarily dead male mullet. Again, I don't know what would have caused it if it wasn't the fishermen, but I just thought that was really interesting, because if I was one of these people, I wouldn't be on the beach with all these dead fish. It's really not a sight to see. I wouldn't want to be stepping over these carcasses and half decayed skin and bones, or fish and scale and bones. Jeez. I was also looking at a story about a manufacturing lab for meth in Inverness. There was 3 children found living in an Inverness home that was also serving as a meth lab. The children were discovered Tuesday, I guess this Tuesday that just had passed, when members of the Citrus County Sheriff's Office searched the home on East Dawson Drive. Deputies had learned that the house had been used to manufacture methamphetamine. Investigators say they found several pieces of equipment and ingredients used to manufacture methamphetamine. Also, found nearly 3 pounds of a substance that was tested, and it tested positive for methamphetamine. So you know what they were doing over there. But when you cook methamphetamine, you need a lot of different chemicals. I mean, you could make it at home, and supposedly you could buy all the ingredients that you need at a drugstore. You could produce it at home, but there's a lot of contamination factors, because there's a lot of chemicals being switched and mixed, and a process that has to you have to do some sort of process to it to make it a hard substance instead of liquid after adding all these ingredients. I don't know exactly what the recipe is, but I mean, anyone could find out where the recipe is really, really easy. But I don't condone that, because crystal meth is not a drug that is a good drug. If you ever look at Lou over here in Silent Mish, they turned me on to this program on YouTube. It's called Faces of Meth, and it just withers the body away. It basically it fucks them up. You do it for, you don't have to do it long. You can do it for a year or two. Your face is all sunken in. You have wrinkles, saggy skin. You have raccoon eyes. It's just a bad process of what meth can do to people, and it's a bad sight to see. But these 3 children were turned over to the Department of Children and Families, which is the DCF down here. Up in New York, it's totally different. It's Department of Department of Child Services, I think, DCS. It's Department of Child and Families, Children and Families down here. Officials say they had been in the presence of active meth lab. However, none of the children were reported injured. 3 people were arrested during the search. Travis Savage is facing charges of possession of methamphetamine and paraphernalia. Christopher Adcock is facing charges of trafficking methamphetamine, manufacturing methamphetamine in the presence of a child, possession of listed chemicals, and possession of paraphernalia. Elisa Donahue is facing charges of trafficking methamphetamine, manufacturing methamphetamine in the presence of a child, possession of of listed chemicals and possession of paraphernalia, same thing as Christopher Adcock. With this, I've seen show Cops or Drugs Inc. And you see these meth labs being raided upon. There's a lot of paraphernalia around. What they have to do with these people, they have to set up a decontamination tent, which is basically plastic, and it's 4-sided or 6-sided if you want to include the floor and the roof. And they got to be scrubbed down with a certain chemical to make sure that they don't have any toxic chemicals in their body, on their skin. If they touch something, it could be wiped on anything, basically. Whether you touch a doorknob, like germs, a doorknob, it's a very toxic chemical that they need to scrub off of you. It's a dangerous situation. I mean, these stupid people, they take risks so they could further their drug career in trafficking and manufacturing and selling. It's a bad situation. I mean, to have children involved, that's even worse. And I'm just thankful that those children aren't harmed in any way. I'm glad that they're not sick in any way, because that shit could sure as kill you. And if those kids drank out of the wrong water bottle, we'll say, then they could be poisoned and die. That's basically the bottom line for that. It's unbelievable. Bicyclist. A family grieving over teen while riding a bike. Let's see. I think Yvonne pulled this up earlier. A Citrus County family is dealing with the crippling loss of a loved one. Pictures are going to help keep 15-year-old Clayton Story close to his family now. That's the only thing they'll have, is the pictures and the memories of their child. For his grandfather, the new year will never be the same. It will always be a dark reminder of a young life lost. He will always be in our heart, the grandfather, Sidney Story had said. That's for sure. It's a tragedy. You're losing one of your loved ones, one of your flesh and blood, and your grandson is no exception. He was probably with him as a father figure, and the grandfather, he's really, really heartbroken about it, of course. I would be if my child was struck by, I believe it was a car. Let me continue reading. At the tail end of 2014, he has not been kind to Sydney. He raised Clayton since birth. So yeah, he was a father figure, and he was the child was described as a fun kid who loved to go fishing with his grandfather, and a teen with the ability to make people smile. He was just one of those outstanding kids. He was always funny, always very funny. On Tuesday morning, Clayton was out riding his bike, which is something he loved to do. That was his every morning routine. Going to the store, getting some gummy worms. Yeah, I do remember Yvonne reading the story, and she had talked about sidewalks. I see sidewalks in places where there doesn't need to be sidewalks around here. I don't know where Homosassa, I don't know how many sidewalks they got over there, but in the Springfield area, in the Spring Hill area, in the Spring Hill area, there is sidewalks on mainly all the high traffic roads, whether it be 19, Spring Hill Drive. I don't think there's one on Deltona. There's only a little section of that where the school is, where the elementary school is. I'm not sure about Mariner, but yeah, there's construction that needs to be put in for these sidewalks. The taxpayers, they pay a low percentage of tax, but the county could find the money to put in some well-needed sidewalks to make them safe for our children. I mean, I see children all the time riding their bikes, and they're riding on the street, and they don't know what a bike lane is. The sidewalks are needed. I believe that the sidewalks would benefit a lot of kids around the area. I mean, you see these kids, they're all sitting there playing video games and staying inside on the computer, texting, just with their little handheld games. I mean, I grew up with the handheld gaming era. I've always had a Nintendo. I've always had a PlayStation, a 360. But I always got out and did things when I was a young kid. I used to be a stupid kid going to the woods down the block from my house and chopping down some trees. I mean, a 12, 13-year-old kid with an axe chopping down trees, I mean, it's not safe, but I made it as safe as possible, as humanly possible. I would chop down trees to make trails so that I can go biking. You know, build some ramps with the dirt all around. It was fun when I was little. That was the thing to do. But around here, you really can't do anything without any sidewalks. But I got a little too into that because I brought up old memories of when I was a young kid regarding bike riding, and bike riding was the best thing. You know, the kids, they can't get out. They can't get out. Oh, this guy looks crazy, but. Christmas year-round at a house in St. Petersburg. I could see that. Everyone loves Christmas. A St. Petersburg man is turning trash into treasure, one artificial tree at a time. The sign says welcome. It's his magical place where fake trees are brought to life by Greg Dufault. It's fun. It keeps the neighbors looking. That's what he says. Tucked away in St. Petersburg neighborhood, Dufault and his sculptures. His yard is filled with large pieces made out of steel and people's old fake trees. This is my way of making Christmas year-round. I could see that. He wants to keep the tree, the spirit going of Christmas. It seems like he's using old metal fake trees that you would put up in the corner of your house and bending them to make sculptures out of these fake trees. And it looks pretty good. It's whatever makes him happy. 20 years ago, Dufault started turning trash into treasure. Taught himself to weld and garden. So he's taken up a hobby over the last 20 years, and he's putting it to good use right now, which is good for him. Good for him, I gotta say. Man dies on a scooter crash. So Yvonne already went into that. I'm still looking at traffic over here. I'm keeping my eye on it to make sure that there's no delays. There's still delays on 19 up towards, Maryland Avenue, New Jersey, Crag. But for the most part, it looks clear all around. If you're taking 589, you're clear to go, except for the tolls. I think that's a toll road over there. 75 looks pretty good. 41 looks really good, and 50 it looks clear. Clear on heading. You're going home. You're getting there. Don't worry. You're not going to be sitting in traffic because it is moving. Let's see what we got going on in Hillsborough. I just wanted to take a look at some of the things that we got on Hillsborough. Authorities recover a car. Yeah, we already read that. Tampa police investigating a homicide. Let's take a look at this. Another homicide in Tampa. Investigating overnight homicide. According to police, a 30-year-old man was found dead. Officials say he was have not said how the man has died, adding that the man suffered trauma to his upper body. The man, whose identity is not yet released, has been recently moved to Honduras. I really don't understand why he's moved to Honduras, but police said that they have not found any evidence of enemies. Yeah, right. I don't believe any of that. There's too much that they're not telling you to believe, basically. Demolition begins on Dover home. Let's take a look at this. Demolition begins Wednesday morning on the Dover area on the Dover area home, damaged when an SUV crashed into its Christmas morning. Dorothy Uwisser, 82, and her son Timothy. Were both sound asleep at 3 a.m. when an SUV smashed into the front of their home in Moores Lake Road. They were not injured, and the driver of the SUV... Jesus. Sorry about that. The driver of the SUV, who suffered a medical emergency, was only slightly hurt. The driver lost control, crashed into a vacant house next door first, then plowed through the front door of Dorothy's house. Deputies said the SUV is traveling about 90 miles an hour at the time of crash. So he flew through one house that was vacant, thank God, because he would have killed a couple of people in there. If he flew through that and made it out on the other side of the house and into another house that was next door, he was not stopping. He was going at a good clip. And 90 miles an hour will kill a couple of people, I'll tell you that. After the crash, the home was declared unsafe by inspectors. Since Christmas, Dorothy's family and neighbors helped them move out wherever was salvageable, with no homeowners insurance and no savings to fall back on. She doesn't know what her son and her will do. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. This is why people should have homeowners insurance, and it's not by law to have it, but with incidents like this happening, you're basically at a loss right now because your house is being demolished, and there's nothing you can say or do about it because the county already came in, put that sign up there, and said it's condemned. And if you don't have anywhere to go, you're up shit creek without a paddle. I mean, home insurance really is not that much money. You could find it for in New York. I was paying $1,400 a year. Nothing serious, just basic coverage. You pay that once a year, and you get it over with, and you're set. That includes fire, not flood. Flood you have to pay a lot extra for. Some places actually don't offer flood insurance. It matters where you live. But just God forbid if someone's house had burned down and they don't have insurance, then they're not going to get a dime. And it also hurts if you don't own the house, because now you have this debt above your head that you can't pay for. You don't have anywhere to live. So home insurance is really, really important. Not like car insurance. Car insurance, by law, you need to have, of course. Just sitting there rambling about it because no one out there knows that you need car insurance. Deputies. Let's see. Ooh, this looks interesting. Deputies say that man robs a racetrack store after prison release. Now, this gentleman, a Sefner man, walked into a convenience store less than 24 hours after getting out of state prison early Monday and robbed with a knife, deputies say. James Weasley Graham entered the racetrack store on Martin Luther King Boulevard just after midnight, approached the clerk with the knife and demanded money. When you get out of prison, it matters how long you've been in there, but if you're going to state prison, you're going to be going there. You're staying for a while. You're checking in for a while. It's not like county jail. So when you get out, you might not have any family or anything like that. And this guy, he resorted to what will probably get him back to state prison. If not, then he would just be going to jail. So he demanded money, and the clerk complied, and the robber fled on a silver bike. Detectives were able to identify Graham through their investigations and arrested him Tuesday. Graham served 2-year sentence for burglary. Well, this is his second offense for, I guess it would be petty robbery, because it's a retail theft in a convenience store. And he's going back to prison. So, got about 5 minutes left on the count over here. I'm looking at 5:55, and this is the Daily Grind. You're listening to Tim right now, and the weather still is at 70 degrees. The humidity is rising. It's about 98 right now. Could have a chance of a storm a little later. And I'm looking at the traffic report, and it still looks clear. You're clear basically everywhere. I mean, you're getting a little slow traffic going on still in 19 where Hernando County and Pasco County meet. Oh, and Oldsmar. Ooh, I didn't even go down there. Oldsmar, you got some. All right. Oldsmar, you have some traffic going on the westbound side of 584 on Tampa Road. You're about 18 miles per hour. Also, you're looking at eastbound side. Looks like it's clear on 584. Let's see what we got. Yeah, 580 west. Ooh, that's not that bad. Oldsmar, you just got a little congestion going on, a little red area on 584. About 25 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour. You got in some spots. Where else? You got some on 589 down by Town and Country. That's, where are we? Right here. 589 southbound. No, northbound. At 589 Hillsborough Avenue. 23 miles an hour. A little slow over there. No reported accidents. It's just the traffic that you have going home. Eisenhower Boulevard also is a little slow. So, what do we got over here? There's road construction going on in the Tampa area. That's 41, Interstate 41, and also you have a little road construction going on 75. That's on north and southbound, it seems like, sides. But the traffic is moving well over there. If you're in Clearwater and you're going northbound on 19A by Court Street, you're gonna hit some traffic over by Court Street. Really heavy over there, only going about 12 miles an hour. If you're by South Missouri Avenue, is about 24 miles an hour. So you got some time. You're gonna be sitting in traffic over there before you get home. But no big deal. It's still moving slow though. You got a little red area. How much time we got? We got 2 minutes left on this. You're listening to Tim, and this is the Daily Grind. You're going to be going with Lou right now, right after me. He's going to be putting on some music for you all the way up until we get back to our Talk Shit Radio program at 8 o'clock tomorrow. You can check us out on TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. You can check us out on Facebook. Drop us a line. Post whatever you feel like you thought would be interesting to talk about. Facebook.com/TalkShitRadio. On our Spreaker account, Spreaker.com/TalkShitTV. And log in. You can chat with us also. Tell us what you're feeling when we're on the air. Really, we're going to be 24 hours now. So you got enough time to talk with us. We'll be able to talk back. Because if you're listening, we're listening to you also. That's basically it for today. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm going to go home and I'm going to take a nap. That's what I'm going to do. This is Tim. You're listening to the Daily Grind. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it.
This is not a test. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Is that me or does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie? Viva Da Nang. Oh, Viva Da Nang. Da Nang me, why don't I get